Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to take a run through of some of the key differentiators between various different types of smart locks and how to choose the right lock for your business. Additionally, we'll have a look at the various smart lock markets worldwide and how some of the differences you will need to understand and adapt to in order to be successful across international markets. I personally will be running through some of the core basics of smart locks, so for those of you who are already familiar with smart locks in the market, please do bear with as we will be moving on and covering more topics. So, generally speaking, smart locks are a core device when it comes to operating a smart home, office or residential property. They allow for a significantly increased degree of control and traceability of property access through the ability to open and close doors remotely and seamlessly grant access to a range of visitors with access methods ranging depending on the different type of smart lock that you choose. However, the most common do tend to be access via the app, a passcode or some form of biometric such as fingerprints, which we'll look at today. A key differentiator when building your solution is the protocol on which the lock is running on. Generally, the most common would be Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, as well as Z-Wave or zigbee. However, these can all be similarly operated in the end. However, users whichever benefits and advantages they choose. For example, Bluetooth, when we look at that one, is a great one for saving the lock's battery due to its low power consumption. It also doesn't require an internet connection to work. However, users will also be able to open the door if they're within range of the lock. And unless a Bluetooth gateway is corrected, they will only be able to open the door when they're standing within range of that lock. So then we look at Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi locks are great as they can offer an increased degree of control over the lock, as they can be opened remotely and passwords can be issued. Wi-Fi also makes it possible to connect to the internet and integrate your smart lock with hands-free devices such as Alexa or Google Assistant. And yes, you can do all of this without a hub in a Wi-Fi built-in smart lock. But Wi-Fi locks may not be the best designed lock for your terms in terms of battery life. The batteries do drain much faster than those Bluetooth or Z-Wave smart locks, though you can extend the battery life by using lithium batteries instead of those regular alkaline ones, even though you may not have a long battery lasting life as the other smart locks that we have. And then we move on to those zigbee or Z-Wave locks. So while you can connect to your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi locks directly to your smartphone, the reverse is the case for these ones. Zigbee or Z-Wave locks do not connect directly to the phone, but they run through a compatible smart hub, which will have to be within a certain range of your locks, depending on the protocol. However, if you don't mind hubs, then these are both fantastic protocols for their ability to control multiple devices and different types of IoT hardware all from one place. So when we take a look at some of the locks shown on screen here, you can notice certain differences in the design for certain circumstances. And at Tuya here, we do try to cover the full range, so you have a lock available for every type of door and every type of business. One common feature we can see on the locks, such as the hotel lock here, is the keypad, which allows the owner of the lock to remotely issue limited one-time passwords to guests, making them great for managing places like hotels and apartments. Additionally, you can see on the glass door lock and the smart door lock cylinder that there is also a pad for fingerprint recognition, which makes it for more compatible access for a fully complete smart control solution in buildings that might need that extra degree of security. And finally, we're looking to more specific and fit-for-purpose locks, such as those lock boxes and padlocks here, as well as the gun box at the bottom of the screen, which are great for managing businesses such as self-storage or short-term rental properties for a low cost due to the fact there is that little to no installation required, which we're going to touch on a bit later today.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt. That's a lot of information. Moving on to the next slide. So here we can see a brief overview of the continuously positive signs we're seeing from the growth of the smart lock worldwide. Would you like to walk through us on the charts?
Sure. So the figures for that increased exponential growth, change the slide. The figures for that increased exponential growth we're seeing over the coming years are largely driven by an increasing number of providers being able to deliver comprehensive enterprise smart lock solutions for those property managers, such as in hotels or apartments. This is due to the fact that with increasing numbers of people moving into properties with pre-installed smart locks, we will see increased familiarity with these devices and therefore increased demand due to smart locks and all of their control turning from a nice perk into an expected amenity in every home. We can also expect that as we have more connected enterprise IoT solutions, smart locks will continue to grow alongside other smart security devices such as community cameras or sensors as parts of varying property management platforms delivering full smart home ranges. So, additionally, we can see from the chart on the left that the North American market has consistently been the largest, followed by Europe. However, the Asia-Pacific market is expected to see the largest compound annual growth in the coming years. So, now let's move slides and check a look at one of the core differences between these regions and why, especially in the Asian market, we're looking for a bit of growth. So, as we did mention, that North American market has continually captured the largest market share and is expected to grow and remain dominant in the coming years. This can be primarily attributed to the relatively high technology and smart technology adoption across the board, as well as the rising penetration of smart homes across the US. The high spending potential of US consumers, coupled with the rising security home concerns, have led to comparatively favourable environments for that smart lock adoption. The Asia Pacific is of course strongly anticipated to emerge though as the fastest growing region in the market. That significant growth rate can be largely attributed to significant increase in the number of residential and commercial properties that are installing smart locks, as well as the ongoing smart city initiatives in developing countries such as India or Singapore. Additionally, Smart home penetration, particularly in East and Southeast Asian markets, has been showing strong promise, which consequently is playing a crucial role in spreading household awareness of the benefits of smart tech. However, differing regulatory environments from country to country have made it a bit more difficult for manufacturers to develop that one-size-fits-all product that is able to achieve mass adoption, compared to those perhaps in the North American markets. And then finally, as for the European market, we have seen it finally beginning to take off as we'd have hoped over the past few years, and it's been driven largely by consumers looking for operational efficiencies or that increased security, rather than making that everyday life more convenient factor. Some of the largest challenges to growth in that European market are similar to what we just said in the Asia Pacific, in that there are no country-specific regulations and it differs from place to place. So only those few players with the manufacturing flexibility and cash perhaps on hand to develop a wide range of products to fit each market are showing the really strongest growth here. Additionally, European consumers have consistently showed those really strong concerns over the information security of smart lock systems relative to just keeping their old traditional locks. So this is something you will need to keep an eye on. However, it has been to be shown to be less worried about in the younger generations. So, do we have any comments, anyone?
Well, we do. Actually, client Z just said they have already inquired some of our products and want to get our catalog. For sure, just message our assistant individually and we'll send you the catalog link right away. Or you can just click on the link in the group chat.
And then, hi Romy, thank you for that. DM the requirement for being the buyer, please. Sure, we will send our support team to get on that. So guys, just send over the requirements of being the buyers, please. Thanks. We can cooperate with the country and leave it on that.
Well, that's our assistant.
Sure, that's all our assistants. Okay, thank you, Romy. We're going to move on now. So guys, if you have any more questions, we do have those assistants ready there waiting for you.